Welcome, welcome. All right, you guys. So today we're going to talk about hormonal imbalances and essential oils. What essential oils you can use for that. And when we're talking to you about essential oils, we're specifically talking about doTERRA essential oils. We're both wellness advocates with the company. And so these are the ones that we recommend and that we are speaking about. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share a presentation with you, a PowerPoint presentation. And I'm going to go in and out of that presentation just so you know the screen will change a little bit. So I'll go ahead and share this screen. I'm going to make this slideshow view. How does that look? You see the whole presentation?
Yeah.
Wonderful, you guys. All right. So here's a little disclaimer. You can read it if you like, pretty much. Everything that we're going to tell you here is not meant to diagnose, treat, or cure or prevent any disease. Everything that we're sharing is from personal experience, what we've researched. We're both health coaches, integrative nutrition health coaches. I have an emphasis on hormones. We're also yoga teachers and just being, the journey for me has been about 12, 13 years of this holistic lifestyle.
Yeah.
You're about the same, right?
About the same.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working as a body worker, yoga teacher, meditation teacher, holistic health coaching, and all of pretty much the same things.
Mm-hmm.
Although Barbara has a lot of experience on hormones, so I'm really excited to see what I'm going to learn from her as well.
Awesome. So the purpose of this class and what you'll learn today is, first of all, let's just take it to the very basic. How your endocrine system works. Why do we even begin to have hormonal imbalances? And what are some signs and symptoms? Why do they happen? And what are some essential oils that you can use to support that? All right, so like I said, I'm a nutrition health coach, registered yoga teacher, doTERRA wellness advocate. I'm also the creator of Healthy, Sexy, Green. That's my company. This is where I share all things healthy, sexy, and green. And I'm also the co-creator of Integrate to Upgrade. It's an online coaching program for women who are ready to elevate 12 important areas of their life.
It's awesome. I went through the training and it was really beautiful. From time to time, I come in and give my little nuggets of wisdom, but it was really beautiful. So thank you.
And Jessie, you want to talk about yourself?
Oh, yeah, well, I'm a personal trainer, yoga teacher, holistic health coach. I've been working in the health industry for over 20, not 20, oh my God, I'm not that old. I'm not 20, 12 years, around 12 years. And I absolutely love to help people find the right routines of exercises and the right weights of eating so that they don't get bored, so that they don't feel like they're doing something that they're not happy with. So I've gotten really good at being creative to find the perfect solutions to their problems.
Do you remember that store that was like a fitness store? They closed. They would sell all the things sports something.
Sports Authority.
Sports Authority. Her house is like a Sports Authority because she has all the toys, all the tools. So if you're looking for a personal trainer, whether you're a man or a woman, hire her. She is awesome. You will never be bored. She will challenge every single muscle, even the ones you didn't even know you had.
And also allow you to rest and recharge and also pamper you.
All right, you guys. So beginning, very basic. Your endocrine system is a collection of endocrine glands that produce hormones. And these hormones are used as chemical messengers throughout your whole body to help you regulate metabolism, growth and development, tissue function, sexual function, reproduction, sleep, mood, and many other things. So your endocrine system, just like all the systems in your body, is very important because it's directly connected to your mood. Okay, and then here you see a little picture of the endocrine glands, and as you can see, it goes up and down the middle of the body. Okay, the glands regulate the body's main functions, and then the hormones are those chemical messengers produced by these glands, and they travel in your bloodstream to tissues and organs to regulate physiology and behavior. Okay, so when you're thinking mood, when you're thinking behavior, and the ways that you're feeling, remember endocrine system. How can I care for my endocrine system? Okay, let's see, moving on.
Can I share something about that? I noticed this has always been very interesting to me, how the adrenal glands are in alignment with the chakras. If you guys are
back there. Yep.
If you guys are familiar with the chakras, the energy centers in the body, I mean, we are made up of energy. If there's no energy in our bodies, we are dead. But these vortexes of energy are located right where the adrenals are. So I think it's very, very interesting.
Yep. So when I was doing my hormonal course, I was also reviewing my chakra course. Okay. I had like all my papers on my books, and I have a picture of, you know, just like a woman sitting in meditation with the chakras with the different colors, you know, the colors of the rainbow, red, orange, green. And then I see the endocrine glands, also a woman with the endocrine glands. And I'm like, those are the same. So I went to my big chakra book that I had, and they have found a connection of this energy centers and the glands. So this energy body connected to our chemical body, okay, which are the endocrine glands and the hormones, the chemical messengers are coming out of this glands. Okay, when you start to study this a little bit deeper, and I'm sharing this in my course, it's called Own Your Moon, and this is my endocrine hormonal balancing course. And then in there I show you the connection of the chakras and the endocrine glands, and I go deeper into that. But the connection of just going into, you know, having our adrenals connected to the first chakra. Our adrenals is that fight or flight. It releases the hormone cortisol, which is that fight or flight, that stress hormone, okay? And that first chakra, the demon of that first chakra, or the emotion, mindset that sets it off balance for the first chakra is fear. So being a constant stress, fear, worry, okay? It's affecting that in the adrenal gland, which is connected to that first chakra. So, and then there's so much more connection when you start going up and up. Today's class is not about that. So maybe we'll do a whole other class about that, but you know, I have that in my course because I made that connection too. And it was just like, whoa, whoa, you start to connect the dots, and it's awesome.
All right, I'm doing your course next time.
So the good thing is the self-guided course. So you can join whenever you want, and you have it forever, and you can go at your own pace. You don't have to do it at a specific time. You have access to it, and you can study as you're ready.
Awesome.
So you can join right after this class. All right, you guys. So here, let's just start from the bottom up. You got your ovaries. This is in the pelvis above the uterus. They produce our sex hormones. So the ovaries are known for estrogen and progesterone, small amounts of testosterone as well. And then for the men, you have the testes. And then we've got moving up, the pancreas, and this one releases insulin and glucagon. And then this one has to do with your blood sugar levels. Then we've got, going up, you've got the adrenals. Where is that? The adrenals, and that one releases epinephrine, norepinephrine, and cortisol, DHEA, and other androgens, which are the male hormones. And then as we go up, we have right at the heart here, we have the thymosin, so that one has to do with immunity. And then we've got at the throat, you go. And then as you see, we have that first chakra, second chakra, third chakra, fourth chakra, the heart, emotions, immunity, okay? And at the throat, we've got the parathyroid gland and the thyroid gland. And that one is releasing different thyroid hormones and parathyroid hormones as well. And this one are really connected to every type of metabolism in the body, okay? Every aspect of cell metabolism in the body.
I've actually had clients that have had thyroid problems, and I go to, you know, like I coach them, like, how are you doing? How are you feeling inside? Are you speaking your truth? Because I know it's connected to the throat chakra, and usually they're not really fully expressing themselves, speaking their truth, and it starts to manifest in the physical, in the thyroid. And as soon as they start to communicate and they start to like have the courage to speak their truth lovingly, and everything starts to come back to normal. So
it's I love that. And well, this is going this way now. We're going to be bringing in the chakras, I guess. So there's two types of thyroid hormonal imbalances, which is hyperthyroidism and hypo. Now, the chakras are balanced or they're imbalance, and they're either excessive or deficient. Hypo.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
the same way. So imagine somebody who speaks too much. Okay, who's speaking, you know, when you're talking to people and they're talking, then you can't get a word in. Hyper. too much, speaking too much.
Yes.
And then there's there's the other person doesn't speak at all, right? Whereas like we're in conversation and it's like, speak up, speak your truth. So one's in one spectrum and the other spectrum, okay? In the same way, chemically, we can be one spectrum or the other, okay? So it's interesting when you start to connect the two. And then just moving on at the top, we have the pineal gland, pituitary gland, and the hypothalamus. And as you can see here, oxytocin, okay, we have that loving, feel-good hormone. Pineal, we have melatonin, which is the sleep hormone, okay? And then the pituitary also has so prolactin and oxytocin as well. And you've got that sixth chakra here. We've got the seventh chakra, which all have to do with vision, cognition, and it's really all connected to the rest of them. Mm-hmm. So these are your glands. These are the hormones that they release. Mm-hmm. So you want to see what's next. All right, some of the signs and symptoms of hormonal imbalances. So some external symptoms that you might start to notice. How do I know if I have a hormonal imbalance? Well, and I'm mostly talking, this is mostly for women. If you're a guy, I haven't done a lot of research for guys, so we don't have the same exact hormones. So, you know, it's mostly for women, okay? So share it to a woman you care about. All right, so weight gain, acne, increased body hair, increased facial hair, thinning skin, thinning hair, brittle nails, belly fat, puffy eyes. So these are some external symptoms that you can start to notice, okay? For me, I started noticing about 10 years ago, I was having thinning hair, brittle nails.
I remember. Mm-hmm. I remember.
This is when I was go-go dancing and I wasn't sleeping at the time when I was supposed to be sleeping.
A lot of toxins, all the wigs and the makeup.
All the things. Okay. So what are some of the things that you might start to feel internal that might give you a little hint like, something might not be right altogether here. Ooh. You might start to have night sweats, water retention, tingling in the hands and feet, decreased energy, hot flashes, sugar and carb cravings, like you're always craving sugar, migraines, headaches, incontinence, vaginal dryness, some heavy menstruation, tense breasts, cysts in the ovaries and breast, PMS. And with PMS, there's a lot of like the bloating, the pain, the irritability, moodiness, cravings, and then fatigue, constipation, low libido, low sex drive, stiffness in your body, inflamed joints, hot flashes. I think I mentioned that twice because it's a thing, hot flashes. A lot of people suffer from that one. Yeah. So those are some of the symptoms that you're like, okay, so these are some of the things that I need to be looking at. And then psychological, because it's also affecting us on a psychological, emotional level, anxiety, stress, panic attacks, concentration problems, depressed mood swings, irritability, sadness, excessive worrying, and less energized, okay? Okay, so what are some things that we're doing? What are some things in our lives that are causing these hormones to go out of balance? Okay, and you guys, if you have any questions, Jessica's in the chat, feel free to ask them, and then of course you let me know. But I'm gonna keep going, but you can interrupt me whenever you want to, okay?
Yeah, and they're sharing some of the things that they have experienced from what you were sharing. Me too. Like there's so many things there that I'm
awesome.
Like,
so
what's happening to me.
So we can touch that again and make sure that we give you the oils for that and what we do and other things that we do also, okay?
That's exactly what I said. We got solutions.
So under or overeating, you're eating too much or you're not eating. You're skipping meals. You're doing this whole fasting thing going on. If you're doing it by yourself without, some guidance, fasting, yes, it's something that's been done for a long time. Yes, it resets. Now, I know of some people that do it like
forever. They
don't all the time. Mm-hmm. For us women specifically, that kind of fasting diet, like you don't eat till like 12 o'clock and you skip the morning, that is probably one of the worst things that you can do. Even though you're like, oh, but I'm losing weight and I feel great. Yeah, for how long? In the short time, yes, but how about how long? One of the most important meals for us women, and to balance our hormones and specifically blood sugar levels, which affect the pancreas, okay? And it's one of the things that at the foundational level that you need to make sure you're balanced is your blood sugar. As soon as you wake up, within an hour, 45 minutes of waking up, you wanna have a meal. And it's not gonna be a sugary meal. It's not gonna be a pancake. Once in a while, of course, yes.
Healthy
But
pancake.
a cereal, pancake, a yogurt, or like the nuts, the healthy nut breakfast, sugary smoothie or sugary juice. You want to have protein, fat, and fiber first thing in the morning for your brain, for your blood sugar balance, for your energy, and your mood.
So important. So you're not hangry.
Exactly. Exactly. And you have the rest of the day to burn calories.
And
Use it for your energy.
Feel good and be focused and feel energized, not lethargic and tired and achy.
Eating the wrong foods. There are certain foods that you want to be eating at certain times of the month. Okay, so we are in a hormonal roller coaster. So when they say you're hormonal, yes, I am, and I own it. I got all the hormones, and they go on a roller coaster for a 28-day cycle, just like the moon. Okay, so you want to tell them about what you learned with me that one time we were in California?
Yes. So just like the earth goes through different phases, different, what are they called? Seasons. Different seasons, we go through different seasons internally in almost the same way. So for example, what I learned is in the winter, we're in a period. That's our winter phase.
Yeah, and that lasts for different women, it's like the first 1 to 5 days of your period. Like you get your period, that's your first day. Now, if you're like, I don't have a period, right? Whether you are already your menopause or let's say you're on birth control, you don't have a period, you can follow the cycle of the moon. And you can decide, okay, you know what? I'm going to decide that I'm going to start with the full moon. That would be my first day of the bleed, okay? Or with the new moon. That would be my first day of bleed. And then from there, you're going to be counting 28 days until the next one, right? Which is the 28 days cycle of the moon.
And also, I feel like we are so in tune that we can feel like there may be times when you're like, no, I just want to eat warm foods and I just want to be home and I don't want to talk to anybody. That's usually a sign that you're in your winter.
Yeah.
So, and then after that, you pay attention. It's like, oh, I just want to be outside and play with, look at the birds and eat fresh foods and fruit. And I want to be social. I want to play with my friends. That's here in the summer.
No,
right?
that's the spring. So
season.
after winter comes spring, and that's winter is menstruation. Follicular phase is your spring. And like you said, that's
my favorite.
Imagine you're in the winter, not Florida winter, because Florida winter, we're still out and about in the beach and like it's summer. So imagine you're in winter and you're all cozied up and you want soups and you want root vegetables. You want things that make you feel warm. Okay.
Kind of little like fetal position. Just be home and just be rested.
In the same way. So those are the foods. Exercise, yoga nidra, relaxing yoga, maybe some tai chi, just something very relaxing, Then the spring, you're like, all right, I've been cozied up in my winter. Now I want to come out.
I'm ready to come out.
And out into the spring and play. Okay, so this is a really good time to be social, to go out and start to begin new projects. In the spring, it's like
setting intentions, getting ready for the next season.
And that's going to last anywhere from 5 to 7 days, that springtime. And then on the 14th day, around that 14th day, from that first day of the bleed, it's going to be your ovulation, which is summer.
Oh, God.
Girl, we got winter. You've been living in Florida too much. You don't know your seasons. She's like, I don't know. It's summer.
They're all blending together.
It's summer all year round. Winter, spring, summer. Right. Ovulation. Okay. This is the best time. This is when we're most outspoken. This is the time to be talking, to be giving presentations. You said that you and your
I'm in my winter.
She's in her winter, I'm in my summer. So we're completely opposite. When she has her period, I'm ovulating. And I'm like all talky. I want to go out and hang out. And she's like, I just want to stay home. I really don't want to do anything.
And vice versa.
Yeah. And then when she's in her ovulation, I'm in my winter. So we're kind of
Come on,
opposite.
Barbie, come on, let's go.
When we live together, we're the same.
We sync up.
We were sync. We live together. Not that we work together.
we did live together. But you guys, this is so important to know, and also to share with your partners. If you have a partner, share with your siblings, your kids, like, so that they can understand why you are being hormonal or moody, right?
And for you also to understand, well, I'm in my summer or I'm in my winter. No, I don't want to go out and hang out.
Yeah,
I want
to honor that.
Mm-hmm.
And honor that.
Yeah.
And eat the right foods, have the proper exercise, so that you can nurture yourself in each phase, in each season.
You can start to schedule your life around that. Mm-hmm. Okay. And just like, I know that during my winter, I don't want to schedule any calls. I don't want to schedule anything where I need to be in public or anything like that. For me. Mm-hmm. So then after summer comes fall. And the fall is the luteal phase. And this is the longest phase. And this is where, if you weren't eating the right foods, you weren't doing the exercises for that season, you weren't honoring your like personal self-care, then you will start to feel those PMS symptoms right before the period. People are like, I don't know why I'm so moody before my period. I don't know why I want to kill my husband before my period.
Or why my breasts are so sensitive.
Why are the breasts so sensitive? All these different things are an accumulation of what you were doing in your winter, in your spring, and in your summer that are now catching up to you in your fall. And then when winter comes, it's not a very comfortable winter because it's an accumulation. It's like the body's taking in all this, like, all the sugars and all the alcohol and whatever other toxicities in your body, okay, if you smoke, all that, and the chronic stress is one of the number one toxins that is coming into the body. So during those 3 weeks prior to the period, that there was a big load of toxicity, whether that was emotional, mental, or the physical stuff, then your winter, it's not going to be very fun. Okay?
And painful.
So this is, so what are the things? I think we talked about this. Stress, toxins, too high or too little body fat percentage also affects your hormones. Aging, that's just a natural, so there are natural hormonal imbalances and hormonal changes that there's nothing we can do about it. They just happen. First, puberty, we get our period. It's all crazy. Then we've got, if we get pregnant, then there's pregnancy, pre, during, and post.
Oh yeah.
It's
another roller coaster.
Yeah. And then there is menopause. So then there is after, when we don't have the period anymore, our estrogen starts to drop, and then we start to, there are new hormonal imbalances. So those are things that they happen, but it doesn't need to be super awful. There are things we can use, like essential oils and herbs and foods and lifestyle activities that can help us find balance. And what's the word I'm looking for? Balance. It'll come up. And harmony, of course, harmony. Yes, finding harmony. Because I mean, they're natural. These hormones are natural. It's part of life, but some of the things that we are doing are causing them to spike or to go under. Right. And then we have those imbalances, and then we don't feel too good. And then birth control, that's one not to miss. I mean, it's synthetic hormones. And of course, if we're flooding your body with that, there are going to be some changes. There are going to be some imbalances, and everybody's different. Everybody reacts in different ways. Some people might gain weight. Some people might lose weight. Some people get acne. Some people, their acne goes away. All kinds of different things. Now, a lot of the problem begins when you try to come out of birth control, because you start to learn how toxic it is. And that if you want to get pregnant down the line, that's not the best thing to do, to have your body full of the synthetic hormone for 10, 15 years for some women.
Yeah, tricking your body to feel like it's actually pregnant, but it's not. So you have I used to have all the symptoms: moody, nausea, headaches, breasts, it was crazy. And I got off of them in my early 20s. And
Yeah, me too. I haven't been on birth control.
But if you need them, hey.
If you need them, you need them.
There's other methods nowadays.
Yeah. All right, you guys. So what we talked to you about just now, about the season, that's called the infradian rhythm. And that's that 28-day cycle, like the 28-day of the moon. That's why I called my course Own Your Moon. own your cycle so you can balance your hormones. And so these are the different phases that we experience throughout the cycle.
So you talk a lot about this in your program.
Yep.
Nice.
I think we just kind of went over that.
Yep.
Okay, so just to recap, your endocrine system is controlling everything in your body from your mood to your weight. Okay, so I've made it my mission to just keep educating on the endocrine system. It's so important, you guys, to balance. So here are the 4 foundations. Okay, again, I go deeper into this in my course. So the 4 foundations are: 1, you want to rehabilitate your gut, the microbiome. Okay, if you're having digestive issues, and we've talked about in a previous class about digestive discomfort and some oils that can support with that, but you want to rehabilitate your gut, your microbiome. Okay, we want to nurture our adrenals. Our adrenals, like I talked at the beginning, is that stress hormone. So we got to reduce the stress. Okay, we got to do the work to make sure that we reduce that stress. You want to detoxify the liver. Okay, you want to make sure that you're not putting the toxic overload in your body is not too much that your liver can't detoxify. You want to be able to use foods to help detoxify the liver naturally, which is what it's meant to do. It loves to detoxify. But if it has too much and then you don't give it the right foods and the right kind of exercise and then sweating so that it can detoxify, then you got a toxic liver.
Yeah, it's going to get congested. And
you got to balance your sugar levels. Okay, so this has to do with the pancreas. You got to balance blood sugar levels. If you're a sugar addict, I'm a sugar recovering sugar addict. Or
yeah, just own
recovering sugar addict.
Yeah.
Sugarholic. That's what I was saying. Sugarholic. Recovering sugarholic. So sugar balance, liver detox, adrenal nurturing, and gut microbiome. These are the 4 foundations, and I go in more detail in my program with that. All right, so now let's go into the essential oils portion of that. You guys start to think about, after everything that I said, what are some things, and I think some people said there, some of the things that they have, just make a note and even type in the chat. Yeah. What are some things that you think are like, okay, I have a hormonal imbalance because this is what I'm feeling, okay? Type it in and we're gonna teach you how you can figure out, you can find your own essential oils that may work best for you, okay? But for now, Jessie, I'll give it to you.
Okay, so
talk a little bit about oils.
Yeah, let's just learn a couple of really cool things about essential oils. Essential oils are natural, they're safe, and they have no bad side effects, no addictions. They are extracted from plants, from flowers, from stems, from spices, from nuts, and they have a lot of health benefits. They're also, this specific oils that we're talking about, the brand is doTERRA, and they're the only brand in the world that has their own certification to make sure that the oils are pure and safe for consumption and for use. We can find more information about how they test the oils at a website called source2you.com. I'll put it on the chat so you guys can check that out. But you can actually check the potency and the results of the tests in each bottle. There's a serial number underneath, and so you can go there and learn how they test them, what kind of tests they do, where they harvest the oils, how they do it. You can learn about the farmers, and honestly, I have done research in other oil companies and nobody is doing that. I have no idea where these oils are coming from. I know nothing. So I really love that. I can go back and know what I'm putting into my body. Another cool thing about essential oils that they are, or you like to talk about this part, the effectiveness, how they can penetrate the cell.
Mm-hmm. So essential oils work on penetrating, they're so small, the molecules are so small that they can penetrate the cell membrane, which usually like things like antibiotic or synthetic water-based medicine that can help a bacterial infection on the cell, which is on the outside, but they can't help a viral infection because the virus goes into the cell. So then what the essential oils do, they can penetrate that membrane and they go into the cell, killing virus from the inside, okay? So a dynamite combination would be something like oregano. You've probably heard of oregano oil to use it when you're feeling a sore throat or if you have a cold. Mm-hmm. So a combination of oregano and melaleuca. Melaleuca is also called tea tree. Either massaging it on your throat or wherever you're feeling, and or taking it internally. So if you're looking at something like you're feeling a cold coming on, you probably want to take it internal. And we're going to talk to you about the different ways that you can use these oils specifically.
Yeah, it's so cool. We can apply the oils to the skin, and they can penetrate through the skin into the cells. So that's actually really, really cool. Another cool thing about essential oils is that they are super affordable. One essential oil one flower, one resin of a tree can be good for so many different things. So, you know, there's something coming on, and you know that you can go to this one oil that can help with so many things. It can also help you to save money and time. Like if you feel like you're getting sick, you have to go to the doctor, get a prescription, go to the pharmacy, drive. Sometimes you have to take some time off. Same thing with I don't have kids, but if you have kids, you know, it's like even more so with kids, it's like this big project. So having this plant medicine at the tip of your hands at home, it's just a really great way to save time and money. When you break it down, it's pennies per drops. So they're actually very, very affordable. Let's see what else.
The 3 ways to use
it. The 3 ways, well, yeah, there's many ways of using essential oils, but the main ones are aromatically. And some of my favorite ways of using essential oils aromatically are I just place it in a drop in my hand, I rub my palms together and I breathe it in, making sure that I'm not touching my face, because some oils are really hot, some oils are cold. We have to be very careful to how we use oils, which is why when you purchase oils from us, you get us to help you, to guide you through the journey, right? So that you know exactly what you're doing and do it in a safe way. I like to diffuse just like this, right? Mm-hmm. Another way that I love to use essential oils is putting a couple of drops of the oil that I desire to inhale or use aromatically in a hot cup of water. And then I just cover the cup and I just breathe it in. It helps me to open up my airways. It just feels really good. I also like to cook with them. So that's another aromatic, because when you're eating, you can smell it, and to make drinks, just like the class that we had last time, to enhance the experience of having a drink with all the aromatic benefits.
One of our friends, Jen's mother, was suffering from really, really bad hot flashes. And the one oil, and you're going to be hearing this oil and seeing how this one oil is the number 1 to help with almost all hormonal imbalances. Clary sage. Oh, I didn't bring it. It's in the room. Well, let's pretend this one's clary sage. Clary sage, diffusing it in the diffuser every night. And then putting it, let's see, I can't see the video here, but right on our ankle right here.
On the right side. On the
right side, we've got ovaries. And then on the left side right here, we've got the uterus. For men, they have their testes, their reflexology point. That's what that is. It's a reflexology point. So think acupuncture. Put the needles there, okay, to help with that balance. But you put the oil there, massage it. So you put clary sage, and then she would diffuse it every night. Within days, her hot flashes were gone. So if hot flash is a thing for you or somebody you know, clary sage will be the one. And peppermint's another really good one for that.
Can I ask you something? I'm really curious. What would you say the most important gland in the body is?
All of them.
All of them. Okay.
They're all connected. All of them. There's not one better than the other. They're all are in regards to what? Some of them, the functions help with mood and sleep. Some of them help, not some of them. Another one helps with sugar balance. Other ones help with the regulation of our either female or male hormones.
Is there one specifically that like helps all the other ones function?
Hypothalamus, the hypothalamus, right? The brain.
Okay, so because again, in the energetics of it, right? I'm a very energetic person. Clary sage is used to clear your mind, to open your third eye, right? So like, I feel like from here and up, it's like the most important gland, and that's the most important oil.
It connects all the other ones. Yeah. But they're all important. Love all of them equally. That's like the conductor. Like it's like sending messages to the pituitary, and then the pituitary is like telling all the ones, hey girls, let's do this. You do that, you do that, you do that. Oh my God, you're not doing that. What's going on? And they're communicating. And if there's some of the things that we do or don't do, exercise, sleeping, eating right, you know, reducing your toxic load, all those things kind of like create blockages and create like a traffic jam. And then the messages don't get through, and then they go out of balance.
So when you were saying about toxins too, when we're treating our home with toxic products, that's also going to affect your hormones. So one of the ways that I like to use aromatically is, you know, you can use it in a spray. You are making your own cleaning products. Now you're making your cleaning also an internal cleaning, which I love that. Is there any other way that you like to use the oils?
I mostly diffuse them. I have diffusers in every room in my house. I just bought another one, and now that we got that promotion that just came out today, I'm gonna have to buy another one. But not cool, because now I have both bathrooms with diffusers too, which is what I bought the other one for. But every room in my house, so I love diffusing, and I just like grabbing the oil and smelling it, or the roller.
Okay. We can also use the oils topically, which means we apply it on the skin. It is recommended to use oils diluted with another oil, a carrier oil, and that could be almond oil, jojoba oil. So it depends on where you live and what type of effect you want to create. Jojoba oil is more for like dry places, like that dry heat that Barbie was talking about earlier. For someone that lives in Florida, it would be more coconut oil, which is a lighter coconut. But applying the coconut, it dilutes the essential oil, which makes it safer to apply in the skin, and it also creates a slow absorption rate to go directly into the bloodstream, directly into your cells. So that's really cool about how to use the oils topically. Any other ways? Oh, we can apply the oil to the back of the ears. Applying peppermint oil to the back of the ears is really good for hot flashes. You can also put a little bit of peppermint oil in a glass bottle, and spray it in the back on your back and the back of your neck, and it actually cools down your body's temperature. So whether you have a fever or you have hot flashes, it helps with that.
So specific to hormones, like I said, on the part of the ankle there, and then there are reflexology points that we have around the ear, the hands, and the bottoms of the feet, around the feet as well. And then these are available in books like this. Again, when you're one of our customers, we give you resources for all this, of where to find it, the links to all that. But books like this and other books have that picture of your feet and your hands, also apps that tell you where those reflexology points are. So let's say you're like, I got something with the thyroid. Okay, what's the thyroid point? So let's say you make a roller, or you already have a roller, an oil that comes in the roller, and then you roll it in that area, massage it in the area in the ear too, not inside. You know, if it's like, let's say, you know, ovaries, for when I have the period, I do days before. Clary Calm is the monthly blend for women. So this is your period blend. Okay. And then I'll just do a little circles in the ovaries, and then I massage, and I send them love, and I tell them how much I love them, and thank you for working, and all the things.
Yeah, and you can start being your own medicine woman and creating your own blends based on your intuition, the knowledge, and the research that you do on your own. For example, what comes up to me, it's like, well, hormonal imbalance. If I was having hot flashes, I would love to mix clary sage or clary calm and peppermint and create a little spray that I can spray in my back and help me deal with the hot flashes. And I think that would be very beneficial.
And the third way to use it is internal. Again, only those hair essential oils, we can advocate for that. And these oils are pure. And in order for them to advocate for taking them internally, they must go through so many tests to make sure that the product that we're getting is free of impurities. Okay, it's fully pure. There is nothing added to that. So because it's such a pure and potent essential oil, you only need very little, like a drop or less, depending, okay, on what it is you're using it for. But usually the books and the resources that we give you will give you the recipe. We'll tell you, okay, 1 to 2 drops of this, mix it with that, and use it this many times a day. Okay. So that's how you start to know, okay, is it something that I need to take internal? Is it something with the stomach? Is it something does it need to be internal, or can I use it external or through diffusing? Okay, so think of what's the experience that you want, and how do you want it to work? You want it to work topical? Do you want it to work internal? Okay. All right, so moving on. This is why we love doTERRA so much, because of the testing and transparency we've told you about, the sourcing of the oils, that get the oils where the plants grow the best. So no, all the oils are not from the United States. They are from where they work best. So in that website Jesicca told you, did you put it in, thesource2you.com? You can see where all the oils come from. And doTERRA also has lots of purpose-driven projects, which are also listed in that website, working with the farmers and many other things. All right, you guys, so if you want to, you will get a recording of this, but feel free, if you want to, kind of take a little screenshot of what you're looking at right now, the recommended products. You know, like I said, when we are talking about hormonal imbalance, we have to look at food. We have to look at the food that we're eating and not eating. Okay, again, my program has all this information, but also, you know, a lot of the times we're not eating all of the vitamins and minerals that we need just with the food. Sometimes we miss it. Sometimes we're not getting it from the food.
But we're too busy.
Because we're not having 7 salads a day, right?
We're too busy to make 7 salads.
So instead, we can supplement with supplements. And doTERRA has magnificent supplements. It's actually their #1 product. You would think it's obviously oils because it's an oil company, but the supplements have become their #1 products because they're so, so good. So here you can see the Lifelong Vitality. Think of this as your trio of like all the vitamins that you need. So you've got the omegas, which is your omega fatty acids.
This was my favorite. I take high dosages before I study because it's got all the omegas, and I really feel that emotionally it supports me so that I feel happy and focused, and my memory is like sharp on point.
It also has vitamin A, D3, and E. And the idea is that you take these 3 together. Then there's the cellular complex alpha CRS. Think of this as your antioxidant blend, okay, to help detoxifying. And then you've got your whole supplement. Where do I have it? There it is. The microplex, which is your food nutrient complex. Think of this as your whole food supplement, your vitamins A to Z. All the vitamins that you need A to Z is here, the omegas, and then the cellular complex. What did I say? You can't see the box.
That's why I put them.
Oh, there you go. So those are the ones. And then there are 2 specific supplements for women. Okay, and this is to help with hormonal balance. And one is called the phytoestrogen complex, and the other one is the bone nutrient complex. Okay,
I need both of them.
And then you've got them too, right? Where are those?
Yeah, they're right here.
Just there.
I'm going to start taking these. I just got them, and I'm super excited to try them because I work out a lot. I'm very active, very physical, and you know, I feel as I'm getting older, I feel that I know it's a good idea to add some supplements into, I'm already taking the vitamins, but to add some more nutrients to my bones, so my bones are strong as I get older, and also as nutrients to help me keep my hormones balanced, because there's a lot of toxins everywhere, and sometimes I don't sleep enough and things get in the way. So we want to do the best that we can to take care of the temple.
And then there you see 2 little rollers here, and one of them is the Claricon, the one I told you is the monthly blend for women. And this is how I got started with oils 5 years ago, you guys. I was looking at my account the other day, and I've been with doTERRA for 5 years. Now, for the first 3 years, I was a customer. I was using the oils, sharing them here and there. And I've had so many testimonials from the people that I would share oils with. They're like, oh my God, that's amazing. I decided, you know what? I'm going to teach people. I'm going to now go out and educate. And this is why we're doing this every Tuesday. And I'm not keeping the secret to myself anymore.
No, and there's a lot of us, like we're such good friends. Most of our best friends we're just sharing this lifestyle because it just comes so natural and it feels so good. We've seen so many people have success and they feel so good and they're so grateful that it just comes natural to share.
Well, I think the times are changing. I think back in maybe the I don't know, 80s, 90s, whatever, we depended on TV advertisements or the radio or like the magazine ads and things like that. And I think we're now more of the information age and more of like, you know, people are like, if you want to go to a restaurant, you're going to read your reviews, right? People read
ask
reviews. You ask your friend. People are trusting more that kind of like word of mouth,
Other people,
and people's experience and their reviews than like an ad. Because now we know we got it. We're being sold to in one way or another, and sometimes in a way that's, you know, it's not very authentic or real or truthful. So we want to hear from someone's experience. So I think things are changing now. So anyway, Clear Calm is the one that got me started. I told her, she's like, what you got going on? I told her, you know what, I got cramps when I have my period. So she's like, she gave me like a quarter of it. She's like, use this and see what happens. So I used it that first day of my period. I normally get cramps. And then back in the day, like I would do a hot water bottle or hot douche bag. So Brian, can you get me the hot douche bag? He's like, I'm right here. And I'm like, you're not a douchebag. And so that would help me. And sometimes I have to take Advil or something, which I don't want to, because look at open the label in your Advil or Tylenol or anything like that. Like the corner they can peel so you can see what's really inside. Yeah.
It hurts my stomach every single time I take it.
They have so much toxicity, blue number this, blue number that, all things I can't even pronounce. Anyhow, I don't want to take that anymore. So I did that and I didn't have cramps that night. I was like, oh my God. So I just kept using it. And now I know to use it a few days before. And I do a bunch of other things that I don't remember the last time I took Tylenol or Advil or anything like that for a period or anything. So Clear Calm, it's like as you can see here, hormone balance, heavy periods, PMS, cramp, hot flashes, and mood swings. The Clear Calm is for.
And guys, Rose, it's also, this is one of my favorite.
All right, somebody's coming in and they don't know that we're in the middle of a live class.
So, Rose is highest vibration oil and flower. Right? If you were to test the frequency of a flower versus a bottle, I mean, it's super high vibration. So no wonder when we're feeling down or we're feeling sad, you give someone flowers or you buy yourself flowers and you smell them and it's like, and you automatically.
All ceremonies have roses, right? Think of your weddings, think of, birthdays,
I put it
baby
everywhere.
Showers, and
this one's really great to open up the heart and the energetics of it. Like it's a very comforting and what's the word I'm looking for?
But it also has antibacterial and antiviral properties, the rose. So you guys, here's another screenshot that you might want to take a little picture of. Again, you will have a recording of this. But here we have the endocrine system one more time. And you can see here some of the supplements that can support you with that. Some of the essential oils that can also support with the different endocrine glands. Okay, and the different ways that you can use it. Again, there are other ways for you to find this out as well. So how about we take from some people, have they shared what are some hormonal imbalances that you have?
Yes.
Yeah, as you can see here, these are your different hormonal imbalances. We've got moodiness, migraines,
night sweats,
hyper,
hands, feet, night flashes. This is what decrease energy. What else? Adrenal function, sleep issues, stress.
Okay, so stress, as you can see here, this is another screenshot worthy one. And it gives you here the top 3 oils, okay? Now, when you look for this in a book, it'll give you maybe like 8, even 9, sometimes 10 oils. And it'll give you the top ones would be the main ones for that. And then if you don't have that, you can look at these other ones that you might have and you can use those as well. But we've given you the top 3 oils that you can use for that, okay? Now, somebody said decrease energy. So with energy, all right, we of course want to look at how are you sleeping, okay? We also want to look at what foods are you eating? Are you hydrating? Are you drinking lots of water? We also, are you taking supplements? If not, that's the number 1 thing you can do for energy, is start taking supplementation, reviewing your food, hydrating, your sleep. If you're eating too much sugar, if you're using sugar as a means to give you energy, you're going to be in a sugar roller coaster. You're going to be going up and down, up and down, up and down. If you're drinking caffeine, okay, that's going to affect as well. If you're drinking alcohol, that's going to affect. Sorry, you guys, all the fun things, right? It's like sugar and cheese and wine and staying up all night and partying. You guys, this is the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I was partying all night as a go-go dancer, not sleeping at night, sleeping at 4 a.m, sleeping all day, missing the sun, all kinds of toxicity because of sounds and lights and smoke and alcohol. I was drinking. And what else? Oh, and I was eating pizza and sweets at 4 a.m. when I got out, because I was just dancing all night. I was super hungry. And I wasn't really exercising in the right way because I was tired from wearing heels and dancing all night. So I was doing all the wrong things. And then I ended up with hormonal issues, and that I don't want to discuss right now because they're a little embarrassing, but one day I will. And that's what got me into just completely shifting my life, and got into holistic wellness, back into yoga, eating right, became a holistic health coach, and all the things.
That's usually the way it happens. Through struggles, we learn and we grow, and we do research to heal ourselves. Yeah.
All right, you guys. So this next slide right here, it says oils for hormonal imbalances. So here's where you can see where one oil can help for so many things. And the ones here at the top, if you're like, I just want to get 3 oils, I just want to get 2 oils, okay? Look at the clary sage and clary calm, okay? So clary sage is in clary calm. Clary calm, it only comes in the roller, and clary sage is one of the 15 milliliter, which is just 1 oil, okay? So that one can help with all those issues. Clary calm can help with all those. Geranium, all those, and you can start to see ylang, a lot of the flowers, okay? A lot of the oils that are extracted from flowers are the top ones for hormonal imbalance. Look at that.
And flowers, if you look at flowers, a lot of the flowers look like the reproductive.
So that's something that's called signature of doctrine, or doctrine of signature of doctrines, or doctrine of signatures, which is this idea that it came about in the 1400s, almost 1500s, by, I forget the name, I don't remember these things, but they came up with the idea that certain foods, certain plants and herbs have a direct connection to that part of the body. So like this fruit, this thing looks like this. So then they found a correlation and how it can support that. So the way that clary sage, for next one, I need to add a picture of a clary sage here so you can see it. It goes out like this. It looks like the ovaries, the fallopian tubes, and it has that kind of like
purple.
It's purple. Kind of looks like, it doesn't look like a uterus, but it has that kind of flaring out like this, like the fallopian tubes and the ovaries. So it's just really interesting that it looks like that. And clary sage is like the one that you want for female hormonal balance.
And flowers, like they open up, they're like flowers.
Fennel is another one that helps support with like cramps and menopause, emotional balance. Fennel is in a blend called Digest Zen, which is the digestion blend to help with digestive disorders. And again, remember, one of the things that I told you that we need to have really stable is our microbiome, okay? Our digestive juices, our gut microbiome. So what are some other things?
Dizziness. I suggest Digest Zen may help with that, and also peppermint. Would you say that basil? Have you had any experiences or?
You know what? What kind of dizziness? Because I recently experienced vertigo. Okay, which is a little, it's same but different. I'm dizzy, but there's a very specific, like, you have vertigo. And basil, I looked it up in the book.
She says vertigo.
Oh, you have vertigo?
Ellen.
Okay, Ellen. So here, listen to this. I never had vertigo before. I had it maybe 2-3 weeks ago, right? And I think it was because I started snorkeling, and I just kind of went into the water, maybe 4 or 5 feet, never done that before. And I think it was something, water in my ears. Maybe it was something like that. It lasted for about a week. But the one thing that a friend of mine did to me, she studied acupuncture, and she pinched this area right here. Am I getting close enough, Jesse? You see your ear right here, the cartilage where it's at? You're gonna grab that, and you're gonna grab this, okay? Maybe ask somebody to do it for you, because I don't know if you're gonna be able to do it. You need to really pinch hard, like it's gonna hurt. You're almost gonna wanna cry. You're gonna pinch that. You're gonna inhale through your nose, belly expands. Hold your breath. Belly draws in. while you hold your breath. And then exhale, relax the belly and exhale. Keep pinching it though. Do that 3 times. Keep pinching. Inhale, belly expands. Hold your breath, belly in. Exhale. One more. Expand. Hold the breath, belly in. And relax. And then release. Okay? So I would do that like 3 or 4 times a day. And that helped me the most. I also did the, I forget what the technique is called, but you do something with your head. Go ahead and privately, if you want, send me your email and I'll send you the links to all this, okay? And then I made a roller. I looked in the book, and in the book I looked for vertigo, and then basal was one of them. In that roller I did. And then the roller I would put on the back of my ear. And then I did it on the big toe, which is the brain reflexology point on big toe, and diffusing it. And then I would just use the roller. That was like my roller that I would use throughout the thing. And it lasted for about, like the first day or 2 were really bad. Like I had to cancel everything. And then it started going away little by little. But when I did that, I really felt like an immediate, ooh, okay. So I hope that helps. I do want to stay in touch with you, so please share your email. Actually, we have it if you signed up to here. So Ellen, and then that way I can stay connected, okay? All right, you guys, let's keep going. We're having too much fun and we want to protect your time. I was not looking at the time at all.
No,
all right.
We were just
really so here are more oils for hormonal imbalances. Again, we're gonna send this to you so you can really review this. And again, the best thing is just reach out to us and we'll have a conversation. We cater it specifically to what your needs are, okay? But here you can see an idea of, all of the things that essential oils can support with. Okay, here are your top oils and what they help with. These are oils that are usually in some of the kits that you can start with if you don't have an account, doTERRA account. So these are, you can see one oil can help with a lot of different things.
I usually recommend people that want to get started in this journey to purchase a kit that has all the main 10 oils so that you can start to experiment with things that come up in the household. You can start to experiment with making your own cleaning products and start to change your habits and the way that you do things at home, the products that you're using to reduce toxic load, just to be fully in the journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you don't have a doTERRA account and you're looking into, I think this is something that I want to try, like she just said, there are 3 ways that you can do it. One is retail. We only recommend you do this in professional settings, such as, let's say you are your functional doctor or acupuncturist and they have an oil there, they're probably going to sell it to you retail. But if you create your own account, just like if you had a Costco account, you pay a yearly membership. I think theirs is $60. Ours is $35. That means that you get everything at 25% off. That's every single product from doTERRA, from your oils to the supplements to the shampoo, conditioner, the lotion, all the body
all of the things.
spa
There's so many things that they offer.
Mm-hmm.
They really listen to our requests. We're constantly asking for things. So I remember last convention we asked for sunblock. So I feel like we're all waiting for that.
We're all waiting for sunblock. All right.
Although we're making our own right now, and it's amazing.
And when you're just starting out, you can waive that $35 fee by purchasing a kit. Okay. Now, the cool thing is that when you enroll, you have us as your personal wellness advocates. That means that you're going to get a free consultation with us. This is when you get to tell us, hey, I got this going on. What do you recommend? And so we look at it together. So once you enroll, we take an hour to do this. And then you have access to our private Facebook group, which is called the Uprising Wellness Community. And, we'll give you access to that once you join. And then that's where you can ask any and every question related to symptoms, what oils, and then that you get real reviews from people that have used it, people who have had experience with it, and then it's a really nice community. You also have access to a personal website. It's called teachmeoils.com. That's password protected, and that's going to give you a lot more training as well on how to use your oils, and everything's really nicely organized for you. And then you have access to the weekly classes and all the different things, events, you'll get invites to. And of course, you have us as your very, very own wellness advocates.
Yeah. When you buy essential oils at the store, Amazon or Walgreens, you definitely won't get us. You won't get so that's the cool
Yeah,
thing
you're not going to have the Walgreens cashier calling you, hey, how was that? How are those oils for you? Did they work for you?
Do you need any help? You want to make some rollers together?
All right, so I'm just kind of breezing through because we are out of time, you guys.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. See, when I can talk about hormones forever. So some kids, again, just connect with us if you're like, yes, I want this. And here's our contact. You can take another nice little picture of these if you don't have this yet.
All right, I do want to brief through the kids really quick because I love to give things. My primary love language is gifts. And so I give my clients, whenever they embark on the journey with me, I'd like to give them gifts. So when people sign up, usually with, can you go back to the other one? The first one. The small one. Where is it? That one. I gift you, or we gift you.
Ah, yes.
This little case. Okay, so you can put all the oils that you got in a mini bottle. It comes with the bottles inside. I have to put them in, and little stickers so that you can put the stickers on the top. You can have this on your keychain, in your car, to go, in your purse, so that, you know, so perhaps you're having a conversation with someone like, I got an oil for that.
And not only that, so you don't have to carry your big oils with you all the time. Exactly. If you're going travel, things like that, you can put like 20 drops, 25 drops in those little vials and then keep it with you and then use it that way and share it with people.
So yeah, if you're curious to get in the journey, this is a great one to start with. I highly recommend this one, and you get this little gift.
So anyone who wants to enroll with us, you just know that you're going to get one of these as a gift. Okay. There's our contact. And then here's the information, you guys, for my program if you want to dive deeper into hormones. And this is something that you can share with your daughters, you can share with your sisters. Really, it's information that I think every woman should know and how to better care for our endocrine system. What are some things to do and not to do throughout that 28-day cycle throughout the month. Okay, so go ahead and go to ownyourmoon.com. You can see my program there. And if it's something that it's for you, connect with me or just enroll right then and there. And I think that is it.
Okay, let's cut it short.
No, actually, we're cutting it long.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Oh, wait.
So maybe unmute people if you guys want to share anything, any aha moments that you had, anything that you would like to share with anyone. We have a few minutes. If you have to hop off the call, we totally understand. We love you. But if you have a few more minutes, we're here for you.
And I haven't been in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and be in the chat and see. Retail and wholesale, price you pay if you don't get a membership, but you pay the retail, exactly. If you don't enroll,
if you don't mind paying full price, then that could be a good option for you. But you know, I usually break it down to people. Sometimes they tell me, hey, I just want to get the membership in one oil, and when I add those two, it almost comes to the price, very close to the price of the kit that I just recommended. So it kind of makes sense to get the diffuser and get 10 oils for just a little bit more. It's an investment for your health, if that's
Yep. So Penny's asking how much is the membership. The membership is $35. That's for the whole year, meaning you get everything 25% off. And you can start with a kit and waive that $35 fee, or no kit. Let's say you're like, you know what, I just want Clary Sage and I do want a membership. Then it'll be the Clary Sage. I'm not sure how much it is off the top of my head, maybe in the 20s or something like that. And then plus the $35 for the membership fee.
Yeah. And that's totally fine as well. Just make sure that you talk to whoever invited you to this class. If it was Barbara, if it was me, or if it was another person that invited you, and they can answer all the other questions and get you started.
Yes, Jennifer. I'm going to go ahead and send you guys an email, and in that email you'll have the recording for the class that we did at the beginning of the month, and then the one from last week, and then this one as well. And because you also, once you register once, you have access to all of them. When we do next week, we're going to have how to start to upgrade and up-level your medicine cabinet. So we're gonna go through the top 10 oils and what you can swap that for in your medicine cabinet, okay? So that's gonna be next week's class.
Awesome, you guys.
You are very welcome. All of you saying thank you, that this was very helpful. I'm glad. This is important for us to know. Otherwise, if it's not helpful, why do it, right?
This is a great resource. I also like to give this book to my peeps when they decide to come in their journey, depending on the, you know, on the package that they get. If they're like, I want to change a lot of the things and I want to take the vitamins, I'm like, okay, great. You're getting this because you're going to need it. So you can take a picture of it. It's also sold on Amazon. I have it on my Amazon store. If you go to my Instagram, there's an Amazon store. I've made it very easy for you guys to choose the things that I recommend.
I am just reading my mom here. She wrote about, so cute. You guys, another awesome book.
Right now.
The essential oils, again, I'll put this in the email, the essential oils, and your link as well, Jesse, for your Amazon page. The Essential Oils Hormone Solution with Dr. Marisa Snyder. Okay, she's also a doTERRA wellness advocate, women's doctor. She has an amazing podcast, you guys. If you're into podcasts, if you travel a lot, whether it's in your car or on plane, whatever. I love listening to podcasts. I love learning when I travel. And her podcast, she's so funny and she's so informative. And I just love all the topics, all about health, nutrition, wellness, and essential oils as well. I put that in the link. But her podcast is called Essentially You.
Oh, nice.
The Essential Hormone Solution. She goes over foods and essential oils here. So a lot of the blends that I use, I take from this book. They're so great. And she's super fun. I love listening to her podcast. So Dr. Marisa Snyder, The Essential Oils Hormone Solution.
All right.
All right, you guys. All right, I think this is it. We will let you go and we'll hope to see you next Tuesday. And if not, again, we will get a replay to that. But please invite your friends. We want to be sure that this information is getting around and we're spreading it and we're sharing it and we're not keeping it just to ourselves.
Yes, so please share. And yeah, next month we're going to have a class, remember we talked about with Lindsay about blending. This girl knows so much about blending essential oils and I can't wait to have her.
So if you're like, I've had my oils for a while now, that's when it gets really cool because you get to, like, you're an alchemist and you're like, oh my God, I have all these oils, I have all this medicine, and you start to understand the blending of them. Like some of these are blends and there's a whole science behind blending. So we're gonna bring in our friend Lindsay, who is all things science, essential oils, and she's gonna share of how to do that. So that's gonna be a really cool one coming up in September.
All right.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you for spending your evening with us. Sorry that we went over time. Thank you. We love you. Have a great night, everyone.
We love you. Bye, girls. Your mama wants more. Love you too, Tia. All right.